everyone! Welcome to today's Hobbii Happy Hour with me, Louisa, and with the wonderful Matthias by my side. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you are all doing very, very well. I hope you've had a lovely weekend and a good start to the week. For those of you in the US who had a long holiday weekend, I hope you had a great time and enjoyed yourself, maybe with some family or loved ones, or maybe by yourselves. Either way, I hope you had a great time. And we're now in December, so we are slowly but steadily approaching Christmas and having a, I think, cozy time with it. I spent the weekend decorating a little bit for Advent. I set up a little, I don't have like a proper wreath, but I have sort of a little candle holder with 4 candles. So in Germany, Northern Europe, it's quite typical. I don't know if it's as typical in the US as well, but we have these usually a wreath made out of spruce or other branches that have 4 candles, and every Advent Sunday you light another candle. So on the 1st of Advent you'll light 1, on the 2nd you'll light 2, on the 3rd 3, and then finally from the 4th of Advent all the way through, usually around Epiphany actually, you can then light all 4. So we would usually do it for 4th of Advent, Christmas, New Year's, etc. So I have a lovely little Advent setup in my house now, and really enjoying it. And I hope, that you're all in a good mood, in a cozy mood, and doing well. This is live shopping, of course. And I understand that many of you have probably spent the last few days browsing quite heavily, not just on Hobbii, but with the Black Friday offers everywhere and pretty much every business stepping up their Christmas game. I can imagine that many are also a little bit overwhelmed with it. I know I certainly am. And so I thought today we would do a little episode focused a lot on some inspiration as well, and just a little cozy chat. We do, of course, have a live offer for you. We do have a 20% off discount on a 10-piece collection of lovely accessories. These are some really, really high value, high quality accessories. We've got a few smaller bits and bobs. So the kinds of things that are either lovely as a gift that you could use year round, that you can hopefully have with you for a long, long time. And they're 20% off with our code HAPPY20. That code only applies to our selection, and it's valid for 24 hours. So you can use it for 24 hours to grab yourself those specific products. However, as many of you have seen, we do have a Cyber Monday deal today. And I just want you to know, yes, you can use our code HAPPY20 for 20% off these products, in combination with the Cyber Monday offer that we have today. And we had it yesterday, and then it got extended until today. So until end of day today, when the Cyber Monday offer expires, those 2 offers will be functioning in conjunction. They will be stackable, which means that if you've been waiting to grab some stuff, now is a great chance to make use of the final days of our Black Friday sales, make use of the 10% off discount, and then maybe, if any of these accessories tickle your fancy, also grab those. I can see Shirley saying, nice vest, did you make it? No, I did not. This is machine knit, and I bought this, but I also really, really love this vest. It is one of my favorite pieces that I've had for a while. Happy 20, like I said, valid 24 hours. It's valid on all of our markets, and it is valid on our 10-piece selection that I have for you, and you can combine it with the Cyber Monday offer that is currently running. In addition to that, today during the show, we'll be doing 2 giveaways. We will be giving away 2 gift cards, each of them worth $50 or equivalent in your currency if you're shopping from a different market or in a different currency. So $50, 2 gift cards. I will make sure to let you know what you need to do to participate. And I can see Mia on the chat saying, guess who got interviewed today for their crocheted skeleton? Mia, that's amazing. For those of you who've been here for a while, you'll know that in our live streaming group, Mia posted the process and then the final result of a skeleton that she made. It looked incredible. I know we downloaded the picture, but I don't know if we still have it somewhere on the computer, so we could show you. But in case you want to check it out, you can look up Mia's posts in our live streaming group, which is the Hobbii live streaming community. It looks still absolutely incredible. Matt is not trying to see if we can still find it, but we do download quite a lot of pictures, so I think it's going to be a hard time. But Mia, if you could maybe let us know, since you said you were being interviewed, which publication or which channel, where can we find that interview? I'd love to check it out. Even if it's in Swedish, I'd still be happy to check it out. If you want a direct link to our offers, typing happy20 in the chat should work for that, by the way. If not, it may just be down to, well, Meta messing with us. It could also be down to the privacy settings on your account. So just letting you know, we do also have a follow-up message that is supposed to go out, but we're having some trouble scheduling it. So we're currently trying to figure out what we can do about that. Just letting you know, but Matt has put the link to our landing page in the chat on both Facebook and YouTube. It's also in the video description on both Facebook and YouTube. And for those of you who are watching on Instagram, typing happy20 in the chat should work 100% for you, no problem. What else do I have to tell you? I think that's it. We've got 10 products. They're all accessories. We've got 20% off those in combination with the current Cyber Monday deal. If you still want to make use of that, it's expires at the end of the day, I believe. And finally, we do have 2 giveaways, each for a gift card worth $50 or equivalent in your currency. Finally, I have selected a few patterns that I will show you throughout the stream. And those patterns I've really focused on projects that you could essentially still make now. So projects that you should be able to make now and finish before Christmas if you're looking for some last minute inspiration or gifts. I selected a lot of patterns where you might only need a skein or 2. I looked at patterns that, at least as a relatively experienced crafter, you should or would probably be able to do within a few hours even, or at least a few days. Because I know many of you are currently working on your Christmas presents. Many of you are already done because you planned ahead. But in case you are in a position right now where you have a few skeins of maybe also scrap yarn or leftover yarn, and you're just thinking, well, I have this one friend and it'd be nice to gift her something, but I'm just all out of ideas. I have collected a few patterns, both knitting and crochet, that I will show you throughout the stream to give you a little bit of inspiration on what you might want to be looking at. Maybe try again in half an hour, Matt.
Yeah.
Matthias is trying to fix some little bits that are kind of giving us trouble in the back end. It should be fine for you. The stream should be running. It's just, yeah, on our end, we're having a little bit of trouble sending you the messages with the deal, which is a shame because, of course, we want you guys to be able to, you know, just have the page, check it out straight away if you would like to. I would say let's get started with our first few items. Yeah, I'm gonna need that script, Matt. Or else I won't know what I'm doing. Matt was trying to move stuff away so I can see the chat, but then I'm like, yeah, but then I can't see what I'm doing, so that also doesn't work. The first few accessories that I've grabbed for you today are project bags. We have quite a few of them, and these are actually relatively new on our page. And when I saw them, I fell in love with them so hard, and they are actually on my sort of wish list. I am trying to hold off on ordering too many things for myself right now, mostly because, one, I want to, you know, invest my money into Christmas presents, and also maybe save up a little bit, and also because I own a lot of things and I'm currently a little bit overwhelmed with clutter, so I'm trying to sort of stay away from buying too much for myself, but these are on my wish list as sort of a future purchase. We have these new quilted project bags, and frankly, I'm not even sure if they're just project bags, because I think this would also work amazingly as a wash bag if you're someone who travels a lot, or almost like kind of like a little packing cube as well. So these are the larger version. They are the, it's called the Quilted Project Bag Rectangular. They are linked on our landing page. I'll show you up close. So you have this lovely cotton fabric and this beautiful little print, and it's a quilted bag. And then you have on the inside a little inner pocket as well. And then it's just a nice little here's the lining on the inside. So they're lined from the inside. It's all cotton, so this isn't, well, because this is made to be a project bag, not a wash bag, so this isn't like waterproof or anything, but I still think that this would make a lovely project bag. I do think that this also makes for a lovely, maybe packing cube, maybe wash bag, or similar. I absolutely love this beautiful green print with these floral elements, but we also have, for instance, this beige option, and this one is the, oh yeah, I do still have the other one. This one is that one, yes, exactly. We have the beige option as well in this paisley print, so here you can see that up close, and the inside is the same as with the previous one as well, but they're just a really, really good size. They're actually, I think, for like a toiletries bag or something on the larger side. For a project bag, you could very, very nicely put your, a full sweater project in here, and I just think they are so, so cute. So these are part of today's deal. It's a lovely quilted project bag slash travel bag, toiletries bag, otherwise wash bag, etc. Just because I think they're so pretty. We were shown these like 2 months before they came out on the website, and I just really, really loved them then already and was really excited. And then I kind of trying to hold back, but I know for sure that one day this is going home with me. In the same pattern, we also have a smaller, in this case, the medium version, which is flat. So this could also be lovely for transporting accessories, or of course also for transporting your smaller project. So this is the flat version. This is the medium version of this project bag. Comes in the same beautiful beige with paisley print, also comes in this lovely green print, and comes in a yellow floral print that we don't have in the studio, but I just wanted to show them to you. Jax is saying if people want to use it as a wash bag, they could easily put the lining in themselves. That is true. Also, I actually know that the one that I'm currently using for my toiletries actually doesn't have a waterproof lining in it either. So it's not necessarily like it has to be. But it's always nice, of course, if you have a spill, to be able to just wipe it out. On the other hand, since this is 100% cotton, I'll check what the care instructions are, but I actually feel like you could probably even machine wash this. Yeah, this can be machine washed at low to medium temperature. So, these are so cute, so lovely. So they are called project bags, but I do think we all agree they might as well be any kind of cute bag to help you carry your stuff around with you. This final bag is a project bag as well. This is quite different, but no less cute. These project bags are of the wrist bag variety, so you can fold one handle over like so, and then have them dangling from you while they're being held shut. They are made from polyester, and again, when these were being made, our lovely, lovely accessories product manager asked our opinion, and I specifically remember seeing this print and saying, this one. This is the one that I would spend money on immediately. So this super cute little project bag, the inside is just the back of the fabric, so it's nothing specifically special, but I just think they look so fun. They're a really bright pop of color. This is the second design that we have, which is these cute little yarn hearts. So it's both a heart and a little bit of yarn. And again, this can quite comfortably hold a smaller project or a medium-sized project. So this could probably quite comfortably hold like 4 or 5 skeins of yarn plus whatever you've already made out of this. And then you can, have it hanging from your wrist even as you're working, or of course also just as you're transporting it. You can just kind of carry it around. Again, no reason it must be your project that's in here. You could use this for your lunch. You could use this as a nice gift wrap. I just thought they are so fun and different also in terms of the colors. This is a little bit more for your really funky friend who enjoys bright, bright pops of color. And then this is maybe a little bit more for someone who appreciates some slightly more toned down or classic styles, whilst still having a really fun print to it and not being completely boring. Not to say that, you know, solid colors are boring. They're not, but why not bring a little bit of pattern and a little bit of color to your life? So all 3 of these bags in all the different colors that we have them are currently available with an extra 20% off if you use our code HAPPY20. That code is valid until 24 hours from now. And while the Cyber Monday deal is still going on, so today, you will be able to combine it with HAPPY20. Once the Cyber Monday deal expires, HAPPY20 will still remain available, just not with the extra 10%. So, you know, better be fast if you want to grab them now. These were the first few little project bags that I wanted to show you today. I hope you enjoy them. I hope you love them as much as I do. These were probably the hardest part of not placing an extra order on Black Friday this year, but I kind of, like I said, really tried this year to be mindful and try to focus on gifts and necessities. So, did I succeed? But, you know, I tried my best. So those were the first parts of our selection, and like I said, I wanted today to also be a little bit about inspiration and some ideas on how you could maybe even use yarns that you already have at home, because, well, many people used the Black Friday deals or Black November to shop, so you may not actually be looking for anything right now, but you may still be looking for a nice project to do. And so I figured it'd be nice to maybe show you some ideas. These are all patterns that are available for free on our website, so you can just download them. I also think most of these patterns are adaptable enough that you could actually make them with pretty much any yarn that you have, or any yarn that is kind of similar to the yarn it's written for. So while, of course, each pattern is always designed with a specific yarn in mind, I felt like these are really adaptable, or a lot of them are, to where if you just have some leftovers, you could look at them. So this first one is a Tony pattern. This is from TL Yarn Crafts, and it's these super cute little trays. The pattern is called Tricolor Trays, and as you can see, it is a fairly simple design, so it is also very beginner friendly. It's a simple crochet project, and you can make those either, they could be really nice inserts for drawers to, you know, keep organized, or also just to present something on a counter. And you can I think the base design of it is pretty adjustable. You could make them in different sizes, you could make them in different colors. I think best to use a cotton yarn or cotton blend yarn, so something that gives you a little bit of structure and sturdiness when you crochet it fairly tightly. So I think this is a really cute little project that if you're still looking for something to gift to your friend, someone like me who has trouble keeping their clutter at bay would really appreciate a really cute little tray like this to keep things a little bit more organized. The next two are a similar design. One is knitted, one is crocheted, because I'm aware that while a lot of you I think are crocheters, there's always a few knitters out there as well, and it's always a bit of a shame when I pick patterns and just end up showing you only crocheted designs. So this particular one is a knitted yarn bag. It's made from a cotton yarn. Again, everyone can use a cute little yarn bag, or just otherwise storage bag. You could also put makeup in here. You could make it in a smaller size as well. You could use this and put it over a flower pot, etc. So the knitted yarn basket that I showed you, and here's the crocheted version of it. This is a crocheted yarn bag. Really similar designs. One knitted, one crocheted. Quite simple. Quite a nice project if you happen to have a few skeins of cotton yarn lying around. You can make these little bags / baskets. They're kind of baskety, but overall still I think not quite as structural as a basket would be, so hence the name bag. And I think they'd be a really great gift idea for anyone. Again, just a little bit of storage around the house could never be a bad idea. If you're thinking of maybe making someone a cute little yarn basket, you know, like literally gifting them. I did this with my sister a few years ago. I gifted her 3 different patterns that I'd printed out, and I'd bought her the yarns and crochet hooks to go with, and some stitch markers, etc. And then I gifted them to her as 3 little sets that we then made together. We actually only ended up making one of them together. One of them she made on her own, and one of them she then at some point wrote to me and said, hey, remember that yarn you got me that we meant to do a little crochet along with? Yeah, I've now turned it into something different because, you know, time had passed. But that was more on us not finding a good time to get together to do it because we live quite far apart and we're both, you know, adults with busy lives. But that's a really cute idea. Make a little basket and then maybe fill it with some yarns and stuff and then gift it to someone to get them into the craft as well. This final bag I have just included because I just think it is so adorable. If anyone gifted me this, I would probably cry. This is the Jack Cat tote bag. It is a little cat-shaped tote bag. Again, woodwork, really lovely, I think, as a gift wrapping, as a gift. I think, again, that's one thing I focused on a little bit, adaptability. This is a tote bag pattern. However, you take off the handle, you sew in a zipper, boom, it's a little cushion cover. Or pillowcase. So really easily adaptable. You could also only do 1/2 of it and then make it maybe a little wall hanging, a little piece of decoration. Could also work as kind of a little like placemat or something like that. So all of these patterns are available for free on our website, and most of them are beginner friendly. I think actually 90% of them are, because I try to make sure that they are. And none of them should take you weeks and weeks and weeks to complete. All of them should be something that you should feel comfortable. If you started this week, next weekend, you might still get it done before Christmas, unless you're very, very slow, which I am. So I'll let you know how I get on. I'll later show you. I have my project bag with me. I'll show you some of the things I'm currently working on. But I just thought all of these patterns would be really cute ideas. I have linked them all on the landing page. So they're all linked on our live landing page, which Matt has linked for you in the chat. There, it's linked in our event description. And because we seem to have some problems with the follow-up messages, I might just make a little follow-up post after this live stream to make sure that you still get access to the deals. Well, not the deals, the deals you can use whether or not you have the link. It's more about maybe making it easy for you to find the patterns because, well, I went, you know, I spent time collecting them together. And I think they're really, really cute. Now, as promised, I have some more accessories for you that you can get at an extra 20% off today. And the next 2 are actually, again, for the knitters that are watching. And these 2 are very, very cute, very, very pretty needle sets. And I have for you today the Stellar Interchangeable Circular Knitting Needle Set in the, what's it called? Essential collection. So this is the one that only that gives you 6 sizes of knitting needles. These are aluminum needles, very, very gorgeous blue color. Wait, I'll do it on the microphone because it's a really nice sound. So these aluminum needle, interchangeable needles, they range from a size, no, actually up there was better, sorry. They range from a size 3.5 to a size 6 millimeter. So this one is the biggest one that I'm holding. Like I said, this is the essential set. So it has the sort of smaller end of the spectrum. It also includes the cables that you need, as well as the stoppers, the little connector that connects the cables together if you want to make a longer one. The knitting needle tips are 11.6 centimeters in length. I don't know what that is in inches, I'm sorry, but so these are the regular length needle tips.
I like how the site has Danish on the com one.
Oh, that we should probably let them know about that. That is a mistake. But yeah, so this is the Stellar Interchangeable Circular Needle Set Essential. We also have the deluxe version, which has twice the amount of needles, but the Essential is a lovely place to start because I'd say between 3.5 and 6 millimeters is where the majority of knitting patterns are written for those sizes. Everything smaller, everything bigger, you can always add on to. The cables in here, as well as the needles, are compatible with all other Hobbii brand knitting needles, as well as with the Knit Pro one. So if you already have some of those at home, you can also use it to add on to. And then the second set I have for you is the Stellar Interchangeable Needle Set Mini. So these are the mini needles. It comes in this gorgeous, the color is called Emerald. It's this beautiful sort of teal color. And as you can see, hang on, I need to open the other one so I can show them to you. I can show them to you next to each other. The mini set has the short needle tips. So these are only 5 centimeters. These are a little less than half the size of these. This still comes with cables and everything you might need, and these are perfect for those of you who knit a lot of children's stuff, especially things like, you know, sleeves on a children's sweater are quite small in diameter, obviously. If you're working on something like socks, if you're working on something like mittens or, well, any kind of sleeve. So anything that you're going to be looking at a very small circumference on your piece and you don't love working with double pointed needles in the round, then we do now have this very, very cute little set. Same thing here, you have the aluminum tips, you just have this gorgeous greenish color. With the other set you get the gorgeous blue color, and both of them part of the Hobbii knitting needle, so you can check out all the others if you want, because they will be compatible with each other. Both of these sets you can get with 20% off right now if you use our code HAPPY20. And like I said, we still have the Cyber Monday deal going on today, meaning that if you place your order today and you fulfill the requirements for that, it is going to be able to stack with the HAPPY20. So you can make use of both offers only today. HAPPY20 is still valid until roughly this time tomorrow, but the Cyber Monday deal will run out before that. So these super cute knitting needle sets made me think of the project that I'm currently working on, which I've put the pattern here for you. It's the elm headband, and I actually started working on this last week. Oh, wait, I thought I was at the end of a row. I'm not even at the end of a row. I'm in the middle of a row, so this is going to be a little bit awkward to show you. This is how far I have gotten. My lovely, lovely friends and former colleagues in customer service organized a little knitting get-together, and we started 2 weeks ago, so this is about 2 weeks progress for me. I'm only there for about half an hour, so this is probably a little over an hour's worth of knitting for me. And also, I do it while I'm chatting to my friends, so not that much knitting gets done. I'm pretty sure if I committed to it, I could probably knit way faster than this by this point. But this is the elm headband, which is a beginner-friendly knit pattern made in Highland wool for a cute little headband, and I'm actually making this as a Christmas present. Many of you will remember I started working on a kerchief in Highland wool together with Diablo Welt Print a few months ago at this point. I'm still working on that. It's gotten a little bit too big to be my commute project, which is why I'm now doing it as my at home in front of the TV project. But then when my friend suggested getting together and doing the headbands, I thought, ooh, I'll take the same color of Highland wool, because then I can gift it as a set. So I'll be making this as a gift to go along with the kerchief that I'm also making. On the interchangeable, how do you know what the length of the cable is, asks Tina. So it's a little bit interesting, actually, because this is something that when I was still working in customer service, we would get a lot of questions about. We would have people who ordered the 60 centimeter cable, for instance, and they would then call in a few weeks later and say, I've just gotten my 60 centimeter cable. That's not 60 centimeters. That is much shorter. And that is correct. It is simply because on knitting needles, it is the regular sort of convention is to give you the length, including the tips of the needles. So on the Stellar set, for instance, the tips are 11.5 centimeters, which then of course means that the 40 centimeter cable is actually only around 20 centimeters long, because that is how it works. At first glance, I think you're just going to have to know which cables you have. So I've now opened the set, right? So we have different lengths of cable in there. And I genuinely think what I would have to do in this case is just eyeball it. Like if I know I have a 60, a 40, and an 80, I just go, well, this has got to be the 80, this has got to be the 60, this has got to be the 40, because that is what makes sense. But it is interesting because it makes it a little bit harder, especially if you have a lot of them, that you kind of end up in a situation where, yeah, the length of the cable isn't necessarily what it says on the packaging, because what it says on the packaging is going to assume that you're measuring including the tips of your needles. So yeah, I don't know if there is like a way other than marking which size which is, or just, eyeballing it. Or of course measuring. I mean, you can also, put the tips on, measure them, and then you'll know what you're going to get. But yeah, so that's just really, really good to know that whenever you buy cables for interchangeable needle sets, they are going to be assuming that you put needle tips on them and then give you the length including that. By the way, on both the Stellar sets and also on the ones that I'm using here, we have swivel cables, which means that up here, this part, as you can see, can spin round and round and round. There is no stopping it. It's a 360-degree swivel. You can therefore just work with it. Anytime you twist, anytime you turn, this will just turn with it, so you don't end up bending your cable 50 million different ways. You can just keep it very nice and straight that way, which I think is great. This is I think this is my first time working with swivel cables, because the Suki slip over I still have on old cables that don't swivel. So it's, I think, my first time working with it. I'm not, honestly, my techniques, everything I'm doing is not advanced enough for that to be really relevant for me, I think. But yeah. This is the elm headband, which I'm currently working on. So that's my current, one of my current works in progress. And it is a lovely beginner-friendly headband. And I've included it on the landing page as well as a few more. So this is the fly headband. It's another knitted headband. Again, both of these only use one skein. So if you have a skein of yarn left over, you can very easily make these. The great thing about headbands is, one, they're fairly small, but also you usually measure them kind of by eyeballing anyway. I mean, of course, the pattern, especially this one, the elm headbands, has some repeats in it, right? But you can adjust. I mean, if you make one a little bit shorter, if you make one a little bit longer, it's going to be completely fine. You can, a friend of mine made it, and she just decided to make it 2 stitches wider, so she just did 1 extra of the pattern. That worked super well as well, because she just wanted a wider headband. So a lot of these designs, I think, are amazing for you who just has like 1 skein left over and 1 friend and is just thinking, ooh, I have an idea, let's go for this and let's go for that, and let's, just make it work for you, make it work for what you already have. So that way it's a great stash buster. It's a great way to get rid of yarn and, have a nice gift at the end to give to someone. This next one is for all you scarf lovers. This is the Frosted Violets shawlette. It's another beginner-friendly knit pattern, so it's a cute little shawl. This one particularly uses our mohair yarn, but of course, again, once you kind of just look at it in terms of, well, this is for thinner yarn, and this is a nice little shawl, you can adjust again and make it in a yarn that suits you, or make it in a yarn that you have left over. Just get inspired by it. Or of course, if you happen to have a few skeins of Kid Silk or Diablo or Alpaca Blaze lying around, here's a lovely project for you. So this is the Frosted Violets shawlette, which is a beginner-friendly knit pattern that, again, I think would make someone really happy. And this next one is a beginner-friendly crochet pattern for a little shawl. This is really, really similar in design to what I'm currently making, the kerchief that I'm currently making. So I figured I would include it because I'm not really following a pattern. I'm literally just going in rows and increasing every other row, which has worked really, really well for me. But in case you're looking for something, again, very simple, something that you can make while on the go, while on the commute. Maybe, let's say you're driving somewhere for Christmas and you have about a 6-7 hour drive and you're the passenger. Not if you are the driver, but you're the passenger and you don't get car sick, which I do, then I think you could make this on the car ride. So you get there and you have a gift. Ta-da! Because it doesn't require you to do a whole lot of stitch counting and everything. So very simplistic design. This is the Amara shawl by Bella Coco. So if you want to check that out, it's a really, really lovely, simplistic design that's really fun to make, I think. So the Amara shawl, another cute idea for some wearables that you could gift this Christmas. And if you started them today, you would easily get them done before we get to Christmas times. Dee is saying, I just call that a scarf. I know, but I think sometimes with designers, it's a little bit of that thing of, well, yeah, you could just call it a scarf, but shawlette just sounds really cute. Like, it sounds really interesting, also eye-catching. If I saw a pattern for a shawlette, I would be like, no. I've talked about this before. I refer to what I'm currently making as a kerchief, because when I saw the Instagram post, actually, that inspired me to make it, they referred to it as a kerchief in there. And I frankly don't know what a kerchief is as opposed to a shawl and as opposed to a scarf. Like, is it just something that sits in between the two? Is it, because also then bear in mind that English isn't my first language. In German, you then have things referred to as a Schultertuch and you have things referred to as a Halstuch. So you have different words for things. Then I'm like, yeah, but which of them is what? So, you know. Ooh, Carrie is saying, I just got my order this morning. I have 5 skeins of panettone. What projects would you recommend? I think, for instance, panettone is really cool because it is a chainette and it has a high cotton content. So you can use it to make quite sturdy things. So of the things I've already shown, I would say maybe you could, even if you really put some tension into it, try making the trays that I showed at the beginning. And again, you don't have to do color changes. You can just use the basic idea of that pattern and work on it that way. Amber is saying tuch is tuch. Yeah, I know. That's why I just refer to things as like, yeah, sometimes it's a scarf, sometimes it's a shawl, sometimes it's a Halstuch. I'm like, yeah, close enough to, good enough. Oh yeah, bandana, that's another one. Yeah, see. Neckerchief, yeah. I also see. Oh, kerchief would be what goes on the head. See, that's interesting because a lot of patterns that I see that are called kerchief are not necessarily made to go on your head. They can, but they are not specifically. In fact, I think most of them I've seen modeled more as going around your neck, kind of the way that like a scout's shawl does, where you have the knot in the front and then you have the triangle in the back. I don't know. I don't even know if that's a specific scout thing. That's just what I picture for some reason. So yeah, but out of the patterns I've shown for panettone, I think the trays could work really nicely. I think you could also try to make some bags or baskets out of it. I do have on the landing page linked, I think, one pattern for Christmassy coasters, but even if you don't want to use any of the patterns I've linked, coasters could also be a really fun idea for it. So I think these would be really, really cute. And Jodie's saying, I think I'll call my new scarf pattern a shawlette. I like that term. I think it sounds very lovely, Jodie, and I look forward to seeing that pattern. And Katrina's saying cowboys wear kerchiefs around their necks. Or are they wearing bandanas? Who's to say? I love that we're all not in agreement, or that none of us are 100% sure. And I think it's lovely. That also, again, as a designer, gives you a lot of leeway to just choose whichever term you like for what you are designing. If you look at it and it makes you feel like a shawlette, then it's a shawlette. If you look at it and it makes you feel like a shawl, then it's a shawl. If it makes you happy to think of it as a scarf, then it's a scarf. I think that's the lovely thing of being in charge of your own designs. All right, so we have now talked about half the products in today's selection, and we have also talked about half the patterns that I have for you today. And that means we are now going to do our first giveaway of the stream. Today, as I said, we're doing 2 giveaways, each of them $50 or equivalent in your currency. And for this first one, I will ask you to type our super secret code word in the chat. That is #HobbieLive. So #HobbieLive, spelled the way it is spelled, right up there in the turquoise. #HobbieLive in the chat. You've got 2 minutes to participate, and everyone who types it will hop in and be part of the draw. And one lucky winner can look forward to a $50 or equivalent in your currency gift card. So, Oh, I saw someone asking if the Happy 20 is only good on the Stellar. So it's good on these two. It is also good on the project bags I showed you earlier, which I still have here. So these gorgeous beauties are also included on Happy 20. And of course, pow! Very, very pretty. And there's a few more products that I'm going to show you in the next few minutes that are also part of the Happy 20 discount. It's 10 accessories in total. It's valid for 24 hours. And yes, Happy 20 is only valid on these items, but we do currently still have our Cyber Monday deal going on. So if you shop during the time that that's available, I have made it so that you can combine the two offers with each other. So Cyber Monday deal will still work alongside this deal. Also, just, you know, I mean, of course, it's not a coincidence. This is very much deliberate, but I love that if you look at the project bag, for instance, right? So this shade of blue, this shade of Hobbii blue, of course, is made to match across various products that Hobbii offers, which I think is really, really cool. Like the whole color, language, and design of Hobbii. It's very fun to play with. Fun fact, as Jaya is not only my amazing friend and colleague, she is technically, well, not technically, she is, in fact, also mine and Matthias's manager. So she is actually the person in charge of us. And as part of my development talk this year, I asked her that I'd be really interested in learning a little bit more about graphic design and, you know, making really nice banners or creating, you know, nice graphics for these live streams as well. A lot of what you see during the stream actually is made by Matt, but some of it is also made by me. And it's been really, really fun. And it's been a really cool journey that I've been on this year to kind of learn a little bit more about how to use color, how to use text, how to make some really cool designs for things. Like the Black Friday landing pages that we had with the different gifts and stuff, I actually made those. I was very proud of them. But yeah, now we're going to find out who is the first lucky winner of a $50 gift card, and it is Love Arc 35. Congratulations, Love Arc 35. You're our first winner tonight. You can look forward to receiving a gift card of $50 or the equivalent of that in your local currency. Please send an email to live@hobbii.com in order to get that gift card sent out. Matt went through the inbox today and sent out quite a lot of the prizes from last week. If you're still waiting to hear from him, we will get back to you ASAP. But Love Arc, please send Matt an email to live@hobbii.com. And please do include in that email where it is that you are located so that we can make sure that the gift card is going to work for you. That was our first giveaway. We will have a second one at the end of the stream. Another one for a gift card worth $50. So stay tuned until then. We will be giving away another gift card. Alrighty, I do have some more products for you, and these next two are actually just two more bags, because I've showed you the smaller sort of project bags, but then we do have some bigger bags that you can use to actually carry everything with you, but you can also actually technically use them as a purse. There's no rule saying that it must be a project bag, right? So, boop. Here we got this bucket bag. It's the bucket bag in the color. We've argued about this many times because the color is called beige. And I mean, yeah, I suppose it is a beige. But as someone who, you know, likes fancy words like Charlotte, don't you think that this could be called like champagne or something like that to make it a little bit more? It's almost gold.
Yeah,
really.
it's golden.
I'd say it's almost a golden bag. But it's called a bucket bag anyway, so you can find it on our website. It's called Bucket Bag, and it comes in two colors actually. It comes in this, and it comes in a lovely gray or anthracite color. Is that how you pronounce it? Anthracite? Anthracite or anthracite? How do you say it? Or anthracite?
Anthracite.
Anthracite?
Anthracite. Maybe?
In German, it's Anthrazit. For those of you who are wondering, German is a lot easier with these kinds of words. But yeah, here you have the bucket bag. It comes with a pocket at the front. It comes with a big pocket inside and a little smaller inset pocket in here. It has a drawstring fastening at the top. It has another little pocket on the side. So it just, you know, is a whole lot of bag, and I actually think that this works frankly, as a purse. It works as a little, bag on the go. There's no saying it must be used for your crafts, but of course it does say Hobbii all over it, so, It is, I think, a really, really cute little accessory that has many uses, and I just like. It's very sturdy, very well structured, and just very stylish. So if you want to be out and about in style, the bucket bag is a great option for that. And we do have a kind of similar shaped little bag here. It's another quilted project bag, but I would actually say, again, who's to say that this must be for projects? I think this will work great for anything from your, actually we don't have this color that I'm showing you, but anyway, we do have a few more. Matt is showing you on the webpage which ones we actually have. I think this is an older sample. But the quilted project bag with drawstring, a lovely project. I actually think I may have taken the wrong sample because this one doesn't have two handles. So I think the one you see on the website is the one, or the one that Matt's showing you right now is the one that you can get. But it's a lovely, again, canvas bag with shorter handles and that makes for a cute little purse, I think, as well. Or a project bag, or a lunch bag, or again, toiletries. You could use that for a variety of things. Yeah, I have the wrong sample in the studio. That's my bad. So the one you see there, or you saw there, is the one that is part of the offer today. So that is the... Linda saying, I had a fainting do in the supermarket. Oh no, I hope you're doing all right. Ooh. Okay, Linda is saying she is fine. Best wishes to you, and yeah, I hope you can, put your feet up now and also, kind of recuperate from the shock of that, because I think that was probably a little bit stressful. So these two really cute, stylish bags are also part of today's Happy 20 code, so you can get 20% off on them if you want to grab them. And I just think, yeah, why not carry around your projects and your stuff in style? So there you have our lovely collection. The final three products I will talk about in a second, but before that I have a few more lovely patterns I want to show you. And these ones, again, are ideas for things that you could gift, or I think things that I think would make really cute gifts, or also just little projects to get rid of maybe some leftover yarns that you could still work up now and have ready for Christmas. These ones are things that are made for or designed for kids. So first of all, we have this cute little reversible toy. It's a bunny and a chicken. Every time I see that bunny, does it make you think of an elephant?
I mean, I
think it's the color. It's every single time I see it, my brain goes elephant, and then I'm like, no. Well, first of all, it doesn't have a trunk, so already not an elephant. Second of all, wrong shape of ears, but still, like, for some reason, every time I see it, my first thought is elephant, and then I'm like, no, it's called bunny for a reason. So the bunny and chicken reversible toy, this one is made in chenille yarn, and again, as you can see, they're quite small, so you don't need, maybe if you have half a skein left over of two different colors. We have a few more of these style of patterns, so you could also, adjust and combine different animals with each other. So this is the bunny and chicken reversible toy, and the next one we have for you is actually kind of more winter themed, I guess. It's the penguin and polar bear reversible toy. And who's to say if you have black and yellow left over, you could also make a penguin and a chicken, you can combine these patterns with each other because they all follow the same logic. And then you have these really sweet little reversible toys. And I cut you off, Matt. What were you saying about the...
No, I was just saying that the nose of the bunny makes me think it's a bunny.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's very bunny-like.
That is true, but the thing is, because the nose is so small and subtle, it's not the first thing I see. First thing I see is like the ears and the overall shape, and then it just makes me think elephant for some reason. But the polar bear and penguin ones are very obvious in my opinion. So, but yeah, you can, again, very easily adjustable patterns that only use smaller amounts of yarns are also very suitable to get rid of some leftovers. And I think would make a really, really cute gift for a small child. Also, again, to learn kind of the kind of dexterity of, you know, pushing one into the other, pulling them out. I think that's really, really cute. So that is the penguin and polar bear reversible toy. And then I have two more patterns, and they're actually the same pattern. One is a knit, one is a crochet. And I'm kind of considering maybe trying to see if I can work some of these up for my goddaughter and the other kids in my sort of friend group. Well, the kids of the people in my friend group. I mean, I guess I'm also friends with the kids, as much as you can be friends with a 3-year-old at the age of 32. We don't have a whole lot to talk about other than, you know, Peppa Pig, which I don't know anything about, but I'm happy to have her tell me about it. But these are just numbers, and they're all the numbers from 0 to 9, so pretty much you can make every number with this. And we have the pattern both in knit and in crochet. It's called 1, 2, 3, and then it's either 1, 2, 3 knit, 1, 2, 3 crochet.
Well, you couldn't make 11.
Well, yeah, you can, because you just have to make 2 ones.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but not with the full.
Okay,
you would have to make
yes,
2.
you'd have to make 2 ones. Yeah. Okay, I see your point.
Yeah,
so you mean
yeah.
you make one? You mean you make one set of these?
Mm-hmm.
Then there is a limit to which numbers you can make. That is correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. Yes, I was more thinking of, like, you know, if you want to make like their age for a kid or something, or like, you know, a couple of, or like their birthday, then you could just, you know.
Until they're 11.
Well, yeah, then you have to make a new one.
Yeah.
Oh, Samantha's asking who our first winner today was. Our first winner today was Love Arc 35 on YouTube. We're doing 2 giveaways of $50 each today. The second one will be in a few minutes' time when I've talked to you about the final few products. But yeah, the 1, 2, 3 numbers we have in both crochet and knit. So either way, if you're more of a knitter or more of a crocheter, they're there. They're available for free. And again, it doesn't matter which yarn you use. You have chenille yarn left over? Cool. You're making them bigger and you're making fuzzy numbers. You have a lot of wool yarn left over. There's no reason why these couldn't be made in wool. You have cotton left over. Why not use cotton? You want to make a massive number? Thick yarn. You want to make a teeny tiny number? Thin yarn. I also just love the idea because it's a really cool thing. They're colorful and bright and fun, but also useful. You can use them to teach kids about numbers, or they can just play around with them because they're colorful and soft. So I just really, really love this, you know, concept of these little things that don't take a whole lot of time to work up, and I think are going to be a hit with the people. Also, if you know, have someone who starts school, I mean, of course not right now because the school year is, where I think in most places in the world we're in the middle of the school year, but you know, if you have someone who's new to school, will be a really cute thing to get them, just as like a little fun little gift for them to practice their numbers with. The next few products, actually the first one that I have for you, I don't have in the studio, but it goes well with the numbers, because one item that you can also get at an extra 20% off today is this bag of polyester filling, which you can use to stuff anything from your little plushies, toys, amigurumis, little numbers. If you want to make a small little cushion or anything like that, the filling, the 300-gram bag, that's the big one, is currently also part of Happy 20, so you can grab that with a little 20% discount. The filling is super easy to use, and it's just, you know, always useful to have. When it arrives at your place, it will most likely be vacuum sealed, so don't be surprised. It looks tiny at first, but the bags are actually pretty substantial. They hold quite a bit of filling, and there you see how it's being used. So you just stuff it into your plushie, stuff it into whatever you're making. Again, also great tip, especially if you're making something really small. Let's say you're making the letters that I just showed you, numbers. You could also make letters. Maybe we also have a pattern for letters. That would be really cool. You can do an entire alphabet. It's the name of a kid.
It's illegal candy floss.
It's illegal candy floss, that it is. Yeah. Is that a you phrase or a Stephen phrase?
I don't know. I mean, that's a thing. That's an instant phrase, I think. Yeah. Honestly, but now me.
Because just when you said it, I was like, that feels like something Stephen would have said. So
yeah, true.
I was like, that feels like a very Stephen thing. What did he used to say for penguins? Formal ducks?
Yeah. He might have said that, or he
Something.
could have done the Benedict Cumberbatch penguins.
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 Yeah. That too. But yeah, the polyester filling we don't have in the studio, but if you've seen a bag of filling, you will know what it looks like. The next thing I do have in the studio are these little spiral stitch markers. You can never have too many of these, and I just think, again, they're fun and colorful. They make a great stocking stuffer, and you can use these for both Business Duck. Yes. That's the one. Yeah, you can use these for both knit and crochet. You can just twirl them into your stitches, or of course just put your needle through them. This holds 30, and they are just bright and colorful little stitch markers that come in a little tin. Again, also work as a little musical instrument. So yeah, these are also 20% off with code HAPPY20. And the final product I have for you is this necklight, because it doesn't have a discount on it currently. So I figured if anyone is sad and has been waiting for this, it's not as good a deal, I'll be honest, as the green, red, champagne or black ones right now, because I think all of them have discounts on them right now. But if your heart is set on the blue, I figured I'd put it on today so you get a chance to at least save a little bit. It's the Necklight Deluxe in blue. Gorgeous, gorgeous color. It comes in a little box and everything, but I figured I'll just show you like so. We have it in 2 different sizes. Which size is best for you depends on a few factors. One, just your build and height. Like, I'm fairly tall, and I really like the 73 version, so the slightly longer one. But that is also because a lot of times when I craft, I kind of craft at my navel height, which means that, you know, that's where I would need the light. It also, like, funnily enough, I've discovered it also depends on, because I craft, so when I do it at home, I talked about this before, I sit on the ground in front of my couch rather than on my couch most of the time. So that also means I'm kind of like leaning back like this. And so then I kind of very naturally hold my projects quite low. And so then it's nice to have the light there. You can, of course, also, you know, use the wire to make the light go higher. And then if you have a shorter build, or you also like to crochet more at chest height, then I would recommend getting the shorter version of this. This is the 60 centimeter one. So little necklight in blue is also part of today's promotion. Those were all the products I have for you today. I do have a few more patterns I want to show you just for a final bit of inspiration, and these ones are kind of just small ones that I think really don't take a long time to work up and are kind of just of the a little something, a little stuffing, a little stocking stuffer, or just something cute to work on to keep your hands busy. Again, maybe on the drive to Christmas, you know. This first one is a crochet pattern for this cute little scrunchie. There are also knit patterns for scrunchies. You can look those up as well. Really, really simple project. Again, perfect if you just have a little bit of yarn left over. Maybe you've finished your major Christmas project that you're gifting to someone and you just have a little bit of yarn left over. Scrunchie. Really easy, really useful, unless the person has short or no hair. But if it's someone who has longer hair, I think a cute little scrunchie is never going to go unappreciated. And again, very beginner friendly. Here we have this super cute little knitted bow. This is a specific Christmas pattern. It's fairly new on our website. It's an intermediate level knit pattern, and you could attach this to a little hair tie. You could attach this to a little brooch, or like, what's it called, like a little pin to pin it onto your clothes. You could turn this into an ornament. There's a bunch of different ways you could use this, but again, you don't need that much yarn, and it's just a nice little in-between project, as are these little makeup pads. I've shown this a few times. If you have some yarn made from like a really nice soft cotton, or if something from a nice bamboo viscose, for instance, this is a great way to get rid of your scraps. It's a great gift that I think everyone will appreciate, and it really takes no time to work up. Makes for a cute little gift any time of year, really. And we also, again, have a knit version of this. I'm showing you the crochet one here, but we do have a knit version of this as well. And the final 2 tiny gifts is one, this key hanger. And this one you will see looks a little bit different, and that's because this is a macrame pattern. This is a gorgeous little macrame project. You can use any kind of sturdy cotton ribbon, or of course the cotton cords that are kind of made for macrame, like the macrame yarns for this. If you have a little bit of it lying around, These work up super fast, and who doesn't need a cute keychain? You always have some key. I feel like, I don't know, maybe that's a me thing, but you know, like for me, it's the key to my basement. I don't use this nearly enough to have it on my regular keychain. But also I don't want just a small key lying around because that's going to get lost. And so I just have like a slightly bigger keychain on it. And specifically, like, I don't even need to look. I'm like, I know I'm reaching for it. That's the basement key. Maybe, you know, the key to your summer house, the key to your parents' house, the key to your heart. You know, who doesn't need a nice little keychain? And the same thing goes for the next one. Who doesn't need a nice little lanyard? This is another really, really easy pattern. You can adjust it in size if you make this in a, like if you don't have enough yarn to make a whole lanyard, make a short one, boom, keychain. Cool. You know, it's like really, really simplistic, really, really easy. And just something that you can work up very nicely over the course of maybe a few short hours, maybe while watching an episode of your favorite show, maybe if you are working at, you know, if you're during your lunch break, you want to kind of calm down a little bit. Maybe you are at the doctor's office. I hope not, but if you are, might be something to do while you're waiting. So these are just a few small projects that I think will really take no time at all, and they're great if you just have a little bit of yarn left over. So I have a few more projects/patterns that are linked on our landing page if you want to check that out. We've had some problems setting up the follow-up messages. I will try to maybe make a post tomorrow so that you still get a chance to get the message, especially if you want to check out the patterns. But I know that Matt has also linked it in the chat and in the video description, so you can find our landing page there. For those of you who've asked, it is the COM landing page that we link as a default for this, but if you are in the UK or anywhere in the EU, you can just pick the country at the bottom. You can just pick the country at the bottom and it should just automatically reroute you to your local page where then the prices are in your local currency. For the Scandinavian countries and Norway, we sadly don't have a specific landing page. You can use the COM one to just check out everything and then convert to your own if you want to make any purchases. But the codes work for you, so everything is set up for you. Carol is asking what kind of urine did you use to make scrunchies? It's supposed to be yarn. Okay. I was so confused for a second because I thought you were maybe asking what kind of like hairband do you need, but then I was like, how do you get urine from that? Yarn makes a lot more sense. So I actually have a really cute scrunchie, not with me, but my friend made me one in a really nice cotton yarn. So that works 100%. Something like viscose could also work. Again, nice smooth surface. My friend who made me the scrunchie also made a few. Again, she used what she had left over, so a few in merino yarn, those work as well. There are quite a few patterns also to make them in mohair. With mohair, it's a little bit, it really depends on your hair as well, because if it's very, very fine and gets tangled very easily, then something like mohair that has a lot of fibers in itself might make it stick a lot more. And then I would say something like viscose that has a very smooth surface, or something like mercerized cotton probably be better, just to have less likelihood of it attaching to the hair and then, you know, ripping out half your hair. But yeah, so those could also be working. Yeah, I mean, it was probably voice to text, which makes a lot of sense, but I just didn't expect it, and Matt also just pointed to it very excitedly, so I was like, oh, it's a question, what is it?
I was very excited because I never see comments like that.
Comments like that, yeah.
It's always fun.
All right, but that is what we have for you today in our selection, and that's some hopefully nice inspiration for what you can still make as a little gift right in time before Christmas. We do now have our final giveaway of the night for another gift card worth $50, and I want you to type #HobbieLive in the chat now to participate on that. It works on YouTube and on Facebook, so type #HobbieLive in the chat right now for your chance to grab yourselves a gift card worth $50 or the equivalent in your currency. While that is happening, I can actually quickly pull out my other projects that I'm working on, because I said I would also talk about what I'm working on. So this first one is actually going to be Ooh, it should work now. Excellent. Follow-up messages should work. Matt was just able to set it up. So anyone commenting from now on should get a message afterwards with the deals on Facebook. Here, just real quick, this is going to become a little hood. Some of you will remember the pumpkin hood I made for myself. That starts off as a circle and then you kind of attach the bonnet part to it. This one starts off as an arch, so I'm curious to see. I found another video where I saw someone do this on Instagram, and so I just thought I'll try that. I'm eyeballing it, but I'm using our beautiful extra fine merino XL for it, and I'm using it double stranded because I'm lazy and I want to work it up really fast with a 6mm hook. I think on Instagram the caption also said to do double crochets. I'm doing half double crochets because I want it to be a little bit tighter, because I feel like if you're wearing a hood you don't want massive holes for the air to come through. So this is what I'm working on. This is going to be for my sister. And then I am, of course, working on another Louisa scarf. This one I've been working at for a while. I paused it for a little bit, but now that Christmas is coming closer, I need to work it up again. This one is not a Hobbii yarn. It's one I took from the Grave yarn. It's 100% cotton. It, and has this nice butter yellow color. So those are my current commute projects. So that's what I'm currently working on when I'm on the go. The headband is my at the office when hanging out with my friends project. And so wish me luck. That plus the kerchief is what I'm hoping to finish before Christmas. And I have a few more projects I really would like to try and do as well. But these are the priority ones for now. So that's what is currently happening in my world. And I will try to keep you updated on how that's going on our live shopping group. And speaking of the group, for the last few weeks, we've paused the group giveaway. And I know that many of you have been still posting about your craft fails. And I love that many of you have also started posting about the craft wins. I'll make a little post about it this week. We will, of course, go back to doing group giveaways as well for those of you who want to join our Facebook group and take part there. Just wanted to let you know I haven't forgotten about you. I have maybe neglected you a little bit, but we will get back to it for future giveaways, and I will make a post in the group to let you know exactly what is going to be happening for the next few weeks. But now we say congratulations to Melissa Rowe Phelps. Congratulations, Melissa. You are our second winner today. You can look forward to receiving a gift card worth $50 or equivalent in your currency. Please, dear Melissa, send us an email to live@hobbii.com. Congrats. I hope you're oh so excited. We usually go through the inbox toward the end of the week. So if you're still waiting to hear from us, we'll try to get back to everyone who won last week ASAP, because we had so many winners and so many live streams last week. But just know, if it takes a few days, that is normal. Usually it's Friday, Thursday or Friday is the day when you can expect us to reply. So congrats to both our winners. Thank you so much to all of you for joining. Do remember that Happy 20 does combine with our current Cyber Monday promotion, and you can use the code until tomorrow around the time that we started the stream, so about 23 hours from now, to get yourself some 20% off on the lovely accessories I presented during the stream today. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your week. I'll see you again next week. Oh no, Thursday! Matt was pointing. I was like, what is he pointing at? He's pointing at himself. On Thursday, Matt is going to be back with a quiz time where you can win awesome prizes, learn fun facts about yarn, and just have a lovely time with him. So join him on Thursday, and then join me again next Wednesday. So join me again next Wednesday for another live, next Tuesday. I don't know my days of the week anymore, guys. Next Tuesday for another live shopping. I think this is the sign that I need to turn this down. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all well. See you very soon. Bye.
Bye.